Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. On the last episode we got the candle from Parapa Palace, and we got an extra heart container, and that's nice. We also got our attack power to 4, and that's going to be very useful, especially where we're headed. I'm not going to finish Parapa Palace just yet. There's a special something I want to do before I finish the palace, just because I like it, and I think it's kind of neat to do that. Anyways, now that we have the candle, all the caves are lit up, and so we can see inside them. You don't have to get the candle to beat the game, but it makes life a whole lot easier. Especially at a certain part in the lower part of the overworld, if you know what I mean. Anyways, up here there's a nice little cave, and you could probably find this on your own. But if you didn't know about it, you'd get a clue from the next town, and would tell you that basically there's this trophy at the end of the cave, and it's not very well guarded, just to gore you here. Easy to defeat with attack power of 4. So you get this kind of urn-looking thing with wings, an orange Maltese falcon, I don't know what it is. But anyways, also the Ache or whatever you want to call it, A-C-H-E, respawns there, so yeah. The enemies, the list of enemies that I found on another page, the Zelda Wiki, the names are actually different, so I don't know what the official names of the enemies are. Go figure. For example, I think the Doom Riddle or Doom Rattle, like I called it the last episode in the Parapa Palace that threw the bolas everywhere, it actually calls it like a Gooma or something like that. Anyway. Don't need magic from you. Don't need any magic from you. Oh, this is kind of cool, by the way. Sorry. I am Error. So, I think it was just kind of a little trick on the programmers, but he exists there for a reason, and we'll get to that later. Now, over here, we say the trophy. I don't know why the trophy's so special. Maybe it's like a bowling trophy? I don't know. But at any rate, this is a spell that we absolutely positively need. Because there are going to be, jumps in the game that are going to be pretty much impossible without the jump spell. Or another spell that we may get later, if you know what I mean. I don't know why she's carrying a pot on her head. But anyways, there's a pretty tough cave for this early in the game, and if we talk to this guy, who's got kind of an offset center of gravity, we also have a little bit of a hint there. So, why don't we go ahead and do that? Make our way over here. Also, if you're not aware, you can stay on the roads as much as possible and kind of avoid these random battles. The battles right now are kind of easy because you just got these bits and bots here. But as we get later into the overworld and other sections, the battles get pretty difficult. But on the positive side, they can give you a lot of experience if you need it. There's only 2 real spots that I would really grind for experience anyway, and I've already shown you one of them. So, you really don't even have to grind for experience. You can actually time it so you don't need to do that, but I'm going to show you something kind of cool. You know. And plus, a lot of people don't cover what happens if you get all of your levels filled out and you still get enough experience for another level. So I'm going to show that as well. Anyways, here we get another magic container. And we definitely need that before we head south. Because we are going to head into the danger zone. That's for sure. Take a beeline up here. Unfortunately, we have to deal with a moblin here. And those little spider-looking things are dealers. So, when we go to this next cave, we're actually going to discover some enemies that are much more difficult. The Octoroks aren't too bad. You can easily shield yourself from the rocks that they throw. Nice that they give us a little pea bag there. You get that every few enemies, I think. Like every 10 enemies or something that you defeat. And it's usually like 50 points. I'm not sure what the algorithm is that decides whether there's like 50 points or 200, but it's free points, so you might as well take it. Also, these are called louders in the other enemy guide, so... All I remember is back in the Nintendo Power days, I think that I wanted to find out what the names of these enemies were, and I actually called up one of their counselors or whatever you call them, and they didn't even know the hell the name of the they didn't even know what the hell the names of the enemies were. And they were pretty much calling them whatever they, thought the name should be, I guess. Anyways, up here we need to use jump. And that's why you need jump. You have to get jump to get past that point. And over here, we have a fairy. So I'm not really, I wasn't really worried about my life that much. I just went ahead and did that just so I could take care of, I could just get an easy, easy map there, or easy, what am I saying? An easy, battle. The things that bounced around earlier in the last one are called negmats, if you didn't know. Now up here is an extra life. So I'm gonna grab all the extra lives as much as possible. Even though I'm not going to need it. This is actually going to be a no-death run. And yes, I can say that with confidence because, yeah, I just know. Here I'm just kind of waiting for the things to clear out, because up here, if you go the right direction, you get a nice little house in the middle of the woods. Whoops, sorry about that. And you could go to this guy later, because you really don't know to go to him later. Sorry, you don't know to go to him, or, well, you don't know that you should visit him first, or you should visit him at all until you get a clue from Saria, the river town, which we'll get to in a moment. Sorry if I'm a little confusing, dear. Boy, the Megmats here. They have very powerful legs and they can jump really high. If only we had a skill to attack them from below or above. Not yet. Soon enough, though. Now, this is the water town of Saria, and you can see there's a lot of little bridges here. And sometimes if you talk to these people, they'll turn into ox or aches or whatever you want to call them, bats. Anyways, here we've got a situation. She's lost her mirror, she's very vain, and she wants to see herself, so we've got to find her mirror. But it's not difficult to find. And I think this is one of the few times Link actually talks. He talks in the first person, so yeah. Link is kind of like a Gordon Freeman. He's pretty mute most of the time. Unless, guess an Ocarina of Time, you know, where he shouts all the time. But whatever. I don't really know if he's supposed to be like Gordon Freeman and mute, or if that's just the way things happen. At least in the early games. I haven't played most of the later Zelda games, so you got me on that one if Link talks there. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Now here we get the life spell, which we are going to desperately need in the next video. And you know why. You know where we're headed. Yes, with a magic and life of 1, we are headed there. Yes, you know where I'm heading. I'm going to go ahead and get some magic here. By the way, here's a little friendly bot. He's asleep. We might as well fill up on life here. And over here, if you have the letter from Bagoo, this fellow will, give you a bridge. So, where will this bridge take us? Well, it's going to take us to Death Mountain, and we're going to cover that in the next video. So, basically, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.